Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to another reading. I'm really getting into these, I'm really enjoying these readings, so that's why I thought, I'll do a few more. I've just done a video before which was a pick a card for you for 2023, so if you haven't watched that one yet, then there may be some messages in that one for you. It's where you select a crystal. I've done a few of them before on this channel, so do feel free to check that out, have a look, see if there's any messages in that for you moving forward in 2023, what could be going on for you. And those pick a card readings as well, it's all about you tuning into your intuition, tuning into the crystal that you feel drawn to. But this reading today, I'm going to do a reading on the royal family. It's something that I don't get into. I don't really have a lot of interest in the royal family at all, although I do feel that there are some interesting things happening within that dimension of what's going on, especially to do with Harry and Meghan, Netflix. I'm not really sure what it is, what's happened, but I think there was like a documentary or series on there where they were talking about things, and it almost feels as though them two are kind of going, I don't know, they seem to be going apart. Although maybe the media is trying to push them back together and show them, but it feels as though they're kind of moving away from each other. I'm not sure, but I think there is that aspect within the whole of the royal family. I do believe it just seems to be going, it's just as though it's going to just implode at some point. That's the feeling that I've been getting. But like I say, I don't read up on the royals. I have no interest in them whatsoever, but I just thought there would be an interesting reading to do with regards to next year, moving forward. What could happen? Will Charles be coronated? Will Charles get coronation chicken, or will he will he not? I really don't know, so let's just go with it. So this is kind of just going to be, it'll be interesting to see the way it goes, but obviously this is just like kind of entertainment purposes really, but you know, take it with whatever you feel the messages are that's coming from this. So let's just see. So let's just start off with an overall feeling of the energy within the royal family. So can we have some cards with regards to the overall energy and feeling within the royal family, please? The British royal family. I don't know if any other, I'm sure there must be other royal families in the world. I mean, I kind of totally disassociate myself from a lot of stuff. I step away totally from mainstream media, the news, any kind of political stuff. I try and stay away from it all because it affects my vibration. I try to stay away from anything of that, but what I do like to do is I like to do these things just to develop myself and work on my reading skills, and work on my own intuitive innate abilities, and see which way it goes, tuning into what I feel, what I connect with. So I've got 3 cards. So there is a feeling of the moving away, the walking away. So within the royal family, they all get handed a title, usually within some level of military service, and this has been taken away from, well, obviously one, Harry, he's had his title taken away, but I think Andrew as well has had everything taken away from him. So that is kind of like what's going on within that. There's almost an element of shame is the word that I'm feeling. There's an element of shame from those two. But there's an element of, I'm feeling this is Charles, but there's an element with Charles that is, I'll be here waiting if you ever want to come back, because he's the father, or the brother, Andrew, brother, Harry, son, allegedly. I don't know. I don't get into any of that, whether he is the son or not. Whether he is the father or not of Harry. I don't get into any of that. But yeah, I do feel that there is an element of shame, element of guilt. They've turned their back, they've stepped away, because that's what they have to do. That's their kind of like life purpose. But yeah, he's kind of like waiting. He's almost quite proud of the stance that he's taken, by making this move, by pushing them out of the circle, because he has to stand strong, because he's now kind of like the figurehead in the middle. Although the Queen Elizabeth will always be kind of like remembered, but now he's having to take that. Obviously he's taken that title of king, and so he has to be the figurehead for that. I also feel that there are going to be more that are going to be dropping the titles. I'm not sure how, but I think others will drop out and let go of titles. There is going to be, so that's kind of like what I'm feeling coming up in the future. I think this is going into next year, maybe even the year after, but definitely into next year. But the current energies as well. There's this fool, this new energy, which is obviously Charles in the place that he's at. He's got this new role that he has to fill, and he's kind of, although that card is kind of like showing someone that's kind of oblivious, quite blasé about everything, and I think overall the general feeling is kind of like the things that he's doing is things that he feels he has to do, but other than that he does feel quite as though it's just like, well, whatever, I'm doing this now, I'm in this place, I have to do this, I have to look after that, I have to focus on this, I have to focus on these things moving forward, so que sera, sera kind of thing. We have to just get on with it, and that's kind of the feeling that I'm getting from that, and it's almost like it is what it is. I'll be here if you need me, but I've got to do my role. I've got to play my role in this charade, in this game. Yeah, it's a strange energy. I always find it really, really hard to read on the royals, because they do have protection against them that makes it harder to tune in on them, to focus in on them. So you can't really get in to everything, but you can kind of tune into like the energy around them, about what's going on and what you feel. Plus the fact that I don't know anything about them, and I don't really care or have much information about them or any knowledge of anything about them. I'm more interested in history. I'm more interested in like sort of like going back to like early age history, like Henry VIII and before. I like the old proper, like the Tudor and before then the Stuarts and all that sort of stuff. I think the Stuarts were after or before, I can't remember. But I like a lot of the older history, whereas the modern stuff now, the modern royalty, I just feel is just kind of like a bit of it's just a facade. It's just a title, and they don't really do anything. Although people say yes, they bring in so much for travel and tourism and what have you, but I don't get into all that. for me, they just don't do anything for me, or ever have, really. So, stepping away from that, yeah, so he's in this place currently. So I think this is all centered around Charles, these 3 cards at the minute, because it's very much focused on him, on his energy with these 3 cards. And at the minute, he's having to just like watch what's happening, watch his seeds, watch his flowers grow, and see what comes of the situation. So that's where kind of he's at. So I'm just going to douse that. So are these cards mainly for Charles? Yes, right, okay. Okay, so that's kind of like what I was feeling. So I'm just going to put them to one side. I'm going to have some cards for William and, is it Catherine? His wife. See, that's how little I know about them. Catherine, Prince William and Princess Catherine, Prince and Princess of Wales. Can I have some cards for them, please, to see what their energy is currently? The energies of Prince and Princess of Wales. And I think having less knowledge about them makes me have to kind of tune in more, not harder, but tune in more. But it also makes the information less I don't know, I can't explain it, but it's like, you know, if you already have like some knowledge of things, then there is an underlying aspect that you might subconsciously be aware of things already. But with me, it really is minimal. It is absolutely minimal what I know about them. So the lovers, William and Catherine. See, I get a sense that as well with them, there's like a pulling. So I feel a pulling with all of them. There was even when I did a tarot read ages ago about King Charles, and I'd said about the things that he was doing and things that he was saying, and the look of fear and dread on Camilla's face. It was almost like she was being sucked in with this energy that he was transmitting and emitting, and it didn't feel good. And he's got that. He does have. I do feel that Charles has got like a lot of stuff that he's dealing with, that he's trying to have to heal on some level. Whether he's aware of it or not, he probably isn't aware of it. But yeah, there's a lot of inner child stuff going on there. Anyway, William and Catherine. So we've got the lovers. See, when I'm looking at that card, it's almost like, when I'm looking at it, it's weird that I'm looking at it, and it's obviously it's the lovers. It's like Adam and Eve kind of thing. You got the tree with the apples on. You got the snake. You got the serpent. There's someone in the background that is sort of chipping away at them. There's someone chipping away at them to create, because it looks like they're coming apart by the hands. So there's someone chipping away behind, trying to make that pull, trying to pull them apart, trying to create separation. And it's almost like the little, you know, when you see in the cartoons a little devil and a little angel on the shoulders, and they like whisper things. It's like that. There's that energy going on with them. So there's little whispers going on within them, within their circle, where it feels as though they're trying to pull them apart. Weird energy. Anything else for William and Catherine? Oh. Justice. Justice to be met. What's the justice regarding? What is this justice regarding? Is it to do with a separation? Is it to do with a split? Wheel of Fortune. So something's going to happen. Something is going to happen with them two. There is something going on with them, and they've got decisions to make. They've got things that they need to do between them. They have to make decisions. They have to bring justice to the situation within them. I think the justice as well is within the whole family as well. I think that's something that is coming in for the whole family. Justice needs to be met, because of it's just kind of like it's just falling away. It's like I keep thinking I'm going to get the Tower card out or something like that, and the Tower is just because the Tower's showing. Look what's on the bottom of the deck. Death. There's going to be there's going to be big change. Big change. What about Harry and Meghan? You have some cards for Harry and Meghan. 3 cards, please. The Tower. Queen of Wands, Queen of Pentacles. I wonder if she's going to kind of, you know, with the black woman. That even looks a little bit like her. There's going to be this break. There is a breakdown. There's a breakdown going on between them. That's what I was initially feeling at the start of this video. There was a breakdown going on between them. There is a split. There is a divide. But that's going in with the whole kit and caboodle of the whole lot of them, the whole family. It's the whole structure is breaking down, and it needs to be, something needs to rebuild it somehow. Or maybe no, maybe it's not. Maybe it's just going to break down because it's not really needed anymore. That they're being seen for what they are. I think she's going to come out on top, you know. I think she's going to come out. Even though a lot of people are ridiculing her, there's gonna be probably a media faction, or there's something to do with that side of things that are gonna sort of rosy things up and create this. The media or something is gonna create this. It's gonna create this split. Because she seems quite content. Again, Queen of Swords. You know, all these Queen cards. She seems quite content. Maybe she feels like, you know, maybe she feels like she's a queen, an actual queen, because of being with Harry. But you know, they've kind of like been moved out. Maybe there's a past life thing. I know, like Claire on her videos, she talks about Harry being a reincarnation of Henry VIII and Meghan being reincarnation of Anne Boleyn or Catherine of Aragon or something like that. One of his wives, and they're in this life now to try and heal a lot of this trauma. But it's coming up again. It's showing up again. So maybe there is something in that. Interesting, really interesting. I mean, when you look at pictures of Harry, and Henry VIII, and you look at the comparison in the face, the wide jawline, the beard, the low brow, the very powerful sort of vision of him facially. They do look very similar. Can I just have 3 cards for 2023 for the royal family, please? 3 cards for 2023 for the royal family. So at the bottom we've got 8 of Wands, we've got the Star, we've got the Emperor, we've got the 4 of Cups. So someone's being, something within the royal family, this energy is that there's a lack of acceptance going on there. There's a lack of acceptance, a lack of connection. It's like it's done, dusted, I've had enough, I'm just going to hang on to what I've got. There's no point trying to hand me anything else. I'm sticking with what I've got. I'm sticking with what I've got, which is just that initial, whatever's left within that element of that title, whatever's left within that element of the royal title. And they need to rebalance. They need to rebalance everything with it about them, about the whole regime after the breakdown, after the tower. It all just needs to find balance and connection to one another again. And I think maybe in a different way, in a totally different way, the birth of a new way. The birth of a new way. That's what I'm feeling. Interesting. So there we go. I just thought I'd give it a go, see what happens, see what comes up. Let me know what you think. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your thoughts on these cards, on the reading. And yeah. Like I say, I don't really have much to do with, or anything to do with, the royal family. I mean, I watched the King's speech at Christmas, and it was okay. It was kind of like something that, to me, it felt like it was something that he just had to do. But again, it's something that I'm not really bothered about. It's just something that they have to do as a family, I guess, to try and keep some sort of reason for them being there. But yeah, for me it's just kind of, it's very nostalgic, and that's pretty much it. So I think for that, because I have such little knowledge of them and of the way that they are, for me it feels like as though I'm not sort of tainting the reading with any subconscious knowing or understanding or feeling or anything about them. It's just kind of like, it's just coming from a blank page. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for liking, bing, thanks for sharing, thanks for commenting. Do comment below, let me know what you think. Thanks for subscribing. Don't forget to hit that button for more messages and feelings and readings of this nature moving forward. If you have someone that you would like me to do a reading for, or a celebrity or something you'd like to get the feeling of what's going on, then, you know, comment below, let me know. I'll give it a go. I'll have if anyone suggests anything in particular, then I'll have a think about it and see how that goes. Because it's just fun to do. It's interesting, just to get my intuitive juices flowing. So there we go. Until the next time, much love. Take care of yourselves, and bye for now. Toodaloo.